This is the Mercedes-Benz 2015 C-Class. This is the same Mercedes-Benz where I do most of my video reviews and intros. This is the same Mercedes-Benz that sold me a W221 back in like 2006. And this is the same Mercedes-Benz that I did my CLA video. So, from what you've already heard about the C-Class, what they've done is they've basically taken the design language that they use on the W222 S-Class. And by the way, we just leased two W222s. We had a silver one and we have a black one. I'll do the video review eventually. I'm a little bit behind because I've had a lot of shit to do. But in any event, we have here the design language of a W222 put onto a smaller frame. Now, personally, just as I railed against the W222's loss of the wheel wells that were on the W221, what I can say is that that design works better on the smaller body of the C-Class than it does on the larger body of the S-Class, because the problem is now you have a lot of companies trying to make big cars that resemble the S-Class, and unless you have design features that make your car stand out, everything ends up looking generic like the Hyundai Equus or like a Lexus LS460. So this is the back, and I really like this design on the C-Class. I don't like this design on the S-Class because I feel it's just too big. So what are you looking at? The base price of one of these things is $40,400. In order to get any of the equipment that you want to have, like this panoramic sunroof up here or a navigation system and whatnot, you can expect to have to pay a lot more than that. So this car has a silver paint job for $720, wood interior $325. They've added in the premium package and the multimedia. So basically you're looking at $50,290. $50,000 for a C-Class is not unheard of. That's pretty much what you expect to pay. So here we have the interior. The interior looks pretty much exactly like the S-Class W222, which actually is a good thing. They've softened out these buttons to make them more luxurious. The metal finishes, if you haven't experienced an S-Class, you really need to. You have to actually drive one of these cars to understand, because once you drive an S-Class as a daily driver for long enough, you wouldn't want to be caught dead in anything else. So this car, as you can see, has the regular seat back, powered headrest, which I feel, all luxury cars should have that, so this way it's easy to adjust. Then it has a power seat back, and then you have your thigh support. So that's the second button. The second button makes that thigh support come out. I love thigh supports, and I feel all luxury cars, or professed luxury cars, should have them. Love that. Then you have your powered headrests. Oh yeah, love that too. See, that's what I'm saying. A luxury car should be effortless. I shouldn't have to reach under the chair to reach for stuff. I shouldn't have to look for features. Everything should be laid out in a way where it's easy to get to. This car has the heated seats, as you can see from that symbol, but it does not have the cooled seats. If I'm paying $50,000 for a C-Class, I expect it to have cooled seats. So that's what your instrument panel looks like. And what they did was, the Mercedes W221 had a confusing panel sometimes where you couldn't figure out where the unlock and lock button is. So what they did was they separated those, put the window controls together, put the mirror controls together, and then they have the window lock button right here. So you need to experience one of these cars. You really do. Many people are hating on the CLA because they feel it's a cheap Benz and it's front-wheel drive and this, that, and other. But me personally, it allows people to experience Mercedes-Benz who either have shitty credit or don't have anywhere near enough money to get into a $50,000 one of these. Now, let's see what the trunk looks like. Where's that trunk button? Boom, you got it. But the trunk... Oh, okay. Well, I'll look in the trunk later. Okay, so let me see. Let's see about the interior space. I'm going to put the seat back in a way where I would normally sit, and then I'm going to look at what the back seat looks like. So I'm going to put the seat way down. Seat is way down. Let's look at the back seat. Okay, sitting the way I normally sit, back seat's a little tight. And naturally, because this isn't a long wheelbase car like the S-Class, you don't have the you don't have the tilt and recline seats in the back, but that's forgivable. I mean, this is not a very big car. This is a small car for city folk, businessmen, businesswomen. So, basically, there's absolutely no space if I sit the way I would normally sit, but then again, this car is not for me. I would end up having to get an E-Class or another S-Class if I wanted a car for me. When you sit like a short person who's only 5 feet tall, that's how much space you would have. That's a huge space difference, as you can see. Yeah, I'm going to make this video as thorough as possible. Just driving it doesn't tell you a lot. Driving a car doesn't really make sense in these driving videos unless you're doing a performance car, for the very simple reason that the people aren't sitting in it with you. They can't feel how bumpy the ride is. You can only remark on it and hope that they agree with you, you know. Me personally, I don't care if you agree with me or not. I'm just giving you my feelings about it. So, this is the new Multimedia system touchpad. I'm going to turn the music down simply because I don't want to get music in this video. If I get music in the video, YouTube censors videos, so I don't want music. So what you have is they won't give you a touch screen where you can just reach up here. After experiencing Uconnect Touch, I love touch screens because it makes it so much easier and so much faster. Now, the one downside that many people will complain about is that if the passenger's in the seat, sometimes some cars don't unlock the system that's designed to keep the driver from, you know, using the touchscreen while they're driving because they're afraid that you'll be, you know, touching the screen and hit somebody in the back. I can understand that, but all systems should unlock if there's a passenger sitting in the seat, the passenger seat. So anyway, yeah, the panels feel pretty good. You have quick buttons for the nav, radio, and media, which is, I like this. They've moved it from the S-Class's position right here. So as far as I'm concerned, this is nice right here because it allows you to get to things really quickly, like you just touch nav or you just touch radio. As you can see, we have a large, wide nav screen. The details are pretty good, and you can easily see this whether you're an old person with bad eyesight or you're a young person, so that's pretty good. Telephone button, you push that, telephone goes straight to telephone. When you want to use the buttons, you can either do the voice dialing right here, push that and you do voice dial, or you can dial it by using the touchpad. This is a touchpad right here. They won't give you a touchscreen, they give you a touchpad, and when you touch it, you can see, I'm trying to get the whole thing, if you touch it, you can see that the system moves when I'm just using my finger. You can see that, right? Audi had this thing where you had to draw fucking numbers. I don't know what those people were thinking. It was the dumbest shit I'd ever seen. Mercedes typically does these things better. I was very impressed with the command system in W221. Very impressed. Far more impressed than Audi. Anybody who's an Audi fanboy, if you don't like it, that's your problem. But I was very impressed with it. If you don't like it, you go buy an Audi. Good for you. So anyway, car systems. The car system has a quick launch button. Again, you have this beautiful agility select, fuel consumption, operating manual, so that this way you don't have to read the book. Time for the clock. You can set the clock. Vehicle settings, you could obviously, choose between dynamic stability modes and sport modes and whatnot. This is actually a beautiful car for $50,000. If you're one of these people who doesn't need the extra leg room of the E-Class or the extra room of the S-Class, because you can already bet that all this system, just like this, you can bet that this is coming to the E-Class. But if you're a person who doesn't need a car as massive as the S-Class, this is perfect. So, this car has a quite powerful sound system. Regardless how many speakers are in these cars nowadays, they're usually very powerful because of the fact that they use high-quality speakers. They use the same Burmeister sound system that you remember from seeing the S-Class W222. The car is beautiful. This car is really beautiful. I never liked the C-Class before because it was always small, and I always felt, granted, it's going to be the smallest Benz that there is, but I never really liked the C-Class because I never really liked the design of the interior. I didn't feel that the E-Class and the C-Class benefited from copying off the W220 instrument cluster. They should have always had what you saw in the W222. If Mercedes wants to do that same sausage, different length thing, then they need to make all their cars as good as an S-Class, just with lower end materials, obviously, because you're not paying $100,000 plus. The interior is pretty quiet. It's hard to hear those trucks outside. It's hard to hear that Jeep Grand Cherokee pass. It's a pretty quiet interior. Is it quiet enough to be driving through Manhattan and have jackhammers going off next to you? No, I wouldn't say that it's that quiet, but it's a pretty quiet car. These buttons, everything feels high in quality except these plastic shift paddles. You mean to tell me for $50,000 they couldn't have put magnesium or something? And frankly, I don't even see the need for shift paddles. I'm trying to figure out who really drives in sport mode at all, but in any event, the plastic shift paddles, they're not that cool. They're not that great. They have that 3-on-the-tree stalk, which I think is out of the character for a car like this. I really think that if they were going to go with the shift paddles, they might have tried to go completely shift paddle, but you know what, I guess for safety purposes and maybe for regulation, they have to have this 3-on-the-tree stalk where you push this button and the car goes into park mode. So I'm guessing that's all safety and regulations. So in any event, the home button takes you here. You see we got 119 miles. The car is in park. 121 must be the trip miles, and you can see the thermometer and whatnot. You got the voice button right here. You got the phone call button right there. Phone dial, phone hang up. Everything is beautiful. Everything is really, really nice in here. It's a really nice car. And then you have up here, you get into a car accident, you push SOS, you say, yeah, I need you to come scrape me up because my head is like ripped off and this, that, and other. Got the information button. You call up Mercedes-Benz, whatever their system is. Say, yeah, guys, I got a problem. Then we have a nice panoramic sunroof. This panoramic sunroof stretches to the back. The back passengers will not be in the dark back there. That's good for them. All of these materials, now, in this car, it looks okay, but I'm thinking that what they need to have, somebody is taking out the C7. In any event, what they really need to have is lighter color materials, which I'm pretty sure that they do offer because the CLA has them. And pretty much most of this stuff looks like everything is pretty much Mercedes-Benz textile that you would have seen in the CLA anyway. But lighter color materials is the mark of a luxury car. Now, the S-Class goes so far as to have, white and cashmere carpets. Obviously, that's going to get filthy really quick. But hey, if you're rich, you don't give a shit. You just have that car detailed like 10 minutes later or whatever. But other than that, everything looks quite gorgeous. I like it. Everything looks quite gorgeous. I don't want to get any video music in here, but let me just turn up. Yeah. I don't want to get too much music in there. This is a very powerful sound system. Most people don't even listen to the music as high as I do, but this is a powerful sound system. So, so far, so good. The Class is looking gorgeous. Got all of this stuff back here to lock down your child seat, this, that, and other. Very lovely. Very lovely. Everything in here is just beautiful. Beautiful. This is what a C-Class should be. This is exactly what a C-Class should be. And the dial up and down for agility, basically that allows you to change the suspension just a little bit and also allows you to change the throttle aggressiveness. Like if you push down the throttle in some of these newer cars, because they're set to seek higher gears and save fuel, instead of you going to higher gears first, what you can do is make the car stay in lower gears, and in the lower gears you get more power out of your engine. Very, very impressed by the C-Class. Very impressed. Now, this glove compartment I think could have been designed a little bit better. As you can see, it doesn't really come down all the way. So, it won't interfere with your knees if you're a short person. However, it is, you gotta reach up and over into it. That's kind of strange to me that they designed it that way, but hey, that's just how they designed it. You got cup holders in the sides. Your cup of coffee will fit here, but these are small cup holders because apparently Germans aren't American fat asses who drink 32 ounces of soda and whatnot. So you're not going to be able to fit anything larger than an 8-ounce can over there. Now, these buttons right here are for the trunk lock and unlock. So you can unlock the trunk there. Gas tank lock to make sure nobody who hates rich people fuck with your car. You pull this, hold it. Let's look at the trunk. Yes, don't forget your key. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's look at the trunk. USB ports, SD card slot. So if you want to listen to your music, your probably best bet is to listen to the SD card. Seats fold fully down. No spare tire. Thank you, Mercedes. No spare tire. This is a C300, by the way. That drone is a little annoying, but that's just what you get with these newer German engines. They ain't got the balls to make a Hellcat or a 6.2 or nothing. But then again, you wouldn't want something like that in a car this size anyway. These mirrors power fold. You already have the E.
And this car only comes in sports? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Oh, it's great. It's a great ride.
It isn't too small. Just like that.
And even the 300's got like enough power that, you know, 400's much faster too.
It's not too small. Perfect size.
Oh yeah, that's a nice pickup.
Not even touching it.
That's a really nice pickup. And that's a 4-cylinder. How much power is in it?
This is high twos.
High twos.
200 horse.
Is it like the CAMG? Or it's not that much. The CLA-AMG. It's not that powerful, right?
2.0, about 300 something horse, about 160 something horsepower to each liter, which is pretty impressive for that car.
Wow.
It's one of the high output cars now from AMG. I mean, I'm not even on it. I'm just.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good.
Nice and tight, more, you know, like Mercedes always was a little less aggressive than BMW, considering BMW is a sport model.
Mm-hmm.
And the suspensions are a lot tighter steering. But this thing is just. And this thing really kills the BMW now.
Oh, everything kills. The CTS is killing BMW now.
The C400 destroys the 335. It's like.
Yeah, they're not giving you that much anymore.
You know, this is a whole new interface, whole new laser cut dash, you know, which you have like black walnut trim and just really cool stuff. Panel roof.
Yeah, our S-Class is really. We love our S-Class. We have the W222.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that thing is incredible.
That's a nice one.
It's
That's,
real
what's
smooth.
that, a 13?
Yeah, brand new, the 14
Okay,
or 15,
14.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, the 222.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
But I'm disappointed they took the fender wells off the old.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I always loved the way that car was.
Mm-hmm. It's not a slug, even if I like kick it down, you know.
It's an interesting engine note. It sounds like Sporty.
Yep. It's got like a blow off too. If you hear, you know, when you hit it, you have like
a turbo blow.
Yep. What's cool about this car too, if you set it to the guy in front of you, if you're like on a highway, you're following your boy down to Atlantic City, adaptive control, you could literally just by touching the steering wheel every 15 seconds, the thing will speed up with him, stay with him, it turns. I could literally just sit here, not even keep my foot on the gas. Just go like this.
The car.
He's talking to you, he's following the car, just touch that, back on. Literally just follows. I was following a guy around the parking lot for 10 minutes. He would speed up to 50. I'm at 50. He slows down, I slow down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't wait to get a 400. They just actually gave us this for the demo.
How much power would 400 have?
400 is going to be over 300 horse.
But you got to get that with all-wheel drive. That would be great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
works there too. It's impressive, man. And even with the sport package, it's like the 19-inch, you know, like 15-spoke rims, and it's just like the same rims as the S-Class, except, you know, just in moderation to the car. But it was literally like a mini S-Class all the way around. No, it is what it is. Change up the odometer configuration. Looks like a fingerprint now, as opposed to just the regular, you know, black back.
The gasoline is good.
Yeah, the gas is really good. I mean, just very adaptive, you know. It's like very sensitive,
Yeah.
handles nice, you know. It's like it's there.
Yeah.
Even the S-Class drives like ridiculous. I'm so impressed.
Oh no,
with that
no.
car.
I drove what was it? Upstate. Incredible. Foxwoods.
And it's fast too, man. Twin turbo. The thing's
yeah.
got juice.
Yeah.
You hear the blow up, right?
The beep warned you that you were too close to the truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it had as the blind spot assist, lane keeping assist. What's good about their intelligent drive features is you don't have to manage them. They're always active.
It just does
you know,
what it
it just
says.
gives you a little warning of either a vibration of the steering wheel or a beep. It's just
It's amazing.
much nicer than the old one.
So that's it. That's the C-Class 2015. That's the C-Class 2015. Very aggressive car. The turbo 4-cylinder note in the 300 it's acceptable. If you like the sporty sound of the exhaust note, this is the car for you. It's really beautiful, really gorgeous. This is definitely worth it if you're willing to spend the premium over the CLA. Other than that, you get the CLA-AMG.